Dune Part 2 is doing great in early reviews. A new physical media disc format, and Warner Brothers and Arrow Video announced their new release lineup for March and May. Welcome everyone to Disc Dinosaurs, the only show on the internet proving to you that physical media is not extinct. I am JT the Talking Head. You are the audience, and joining me today in lieu of my normal host, Teo the Terminator, is Droobies Doobies Movies. Drewski, how you doing, son?
Dude, I'm doing so good. I'm happy to fill in for Teo, and I'm excited to talk some physical media.
That's great. That's great. All right. So I don't have any new pickups this week, but I understand that you do. So to start the show off, let's see what Drew's got. Let's see what kind of goodies we got here, bud. And tell
All
us,
right.
be sure to tell us where you picked everything up at.
Okay, well, all three of these are gifts because it was
Ooh.
recently my birthday. And so I got Evolution, which is a fun little sci fi comedy. I've never seen it, but I've been dying to get it. Pretty sure I got this off Amazon, technically. Shout out Anxious Hobbit. And then we got Red Eye, which was given to me by Mo through the mail. So shout out Mo. I've been wanting Red Eye for a really long time. And then last but not least, I got Total Recall on 4K from Lacey from Load Bearing Beams and also Amazon. But this is at a really good price on Amazon right now. So if you like Total Recall, get it in 4K while it's hot.
Yeah, man, those are some killer pickups. Total Recall, in particular, one of my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Absolutely love to see it. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thank
Now,
you.
let's roll right into the news. Dune Part 2, as we're recording this right now, and actually this episode will come out before the official release of Dune Part 2 this weekend, but it is doing very, very, very well in the reviews. And Mr. Droobies Doobies Movies here got to go and see an early screening of it. What did you think?
Dude, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. And it is one of the best science fiction movies I have ever seen in my life. It is probably the best science fiction movie that I have seen in theaters, and it is probably one of the greatest theater experiences I have had. I highly suggest seeing it in an IMAX theater, but any theater will really do. But that IMAX theater experience is out of this world, and Dune Part 2 really takes that experience to the stratosphere.
That's some high praise. I can't wait to go see it myself. I'm planning on maybe going either seeing it this weekend or early next week. And so I'll be sure to come back and let all the disc dinosaurs know what I thought about it. Let's jump over now to a news story that broke last week about some Chinese researchers who have developed a brand new physical media format with insanely high storage coming at us from Yahoo Tech. Researchers in China have developed a super high capacity optical disc format that is claimed to hold up to 125 terabytes of data, reports Hong Kong's SCMP. The new discs are described as outwardly similar to previous optical data storage formats like Blu-ray discs. However, thanks to applications of nanotechnology and 3D stacking architecture, density is boosted by about 10,000 times. 10,000 times. That the way I'm reading this, I'm not techie. I don't know what half that meant, but did I understand that right? Did you understand it as 10,000 times the density of a Blu-ray disc?
I mean, does that mean that it like the actual feel of it is dense, or is that, are they saying that they fit 10 times more of like whatever onto that disc? But if it's actually
I
like
think they're
the
yeah,
thickness of the disc.
10,000 times the thick 10,000 Blu-ray discs stacked high. Get to the freaking moon that way. No, I think it's referencing the data, the density of the data that it can
Okay,
hold on it.
yeah.
Um, for example, like Blu-ray, I think can hold like this might just be a number that I pulled out of my butt, but I think Blu-ray can hold like 10 more times what a DVD can hold, and a 4K can
Okay,
hold like four more times what a Blu-ray can hold.
okay,
So like your 4K discs, they can go up to like for reference, a 4K disc, I believe, can go up to like 100 gigabytes optical media storage on there. So it's like 100 gig 4K disc to this 125 terabyte. Now there's 1,000 gigabytes in a terabyte. So you're talking about on 1 terabyte that could hold 10 4K discs, right? Times that by 125.
What's even the point, bro? I mean, one interesting thing I kind of think of right off the back of my head is you can near put like sorry, you can almost put all three Lord of the Rings on that. I mean, not almost, you could put all three Lord of the Rings extended editions on that one disc, and you could probably like splice it together where like it just lines up, and you could just have one continuous, what, for a like 12-13 hour movie on one disc. That's interesting.
It's important to note right offhand that this is not going to be for consumer purposes. Like there is no way the cost of one of these discs would be outrageously expensive to produce and even more expensive for like studios to buy them to put anything on them and sell them to consumers. Where this comes in handy would be like data situations for like military purposes or space exploration or actual things that matter. I don't think that this disc format's place is in movies, but as a physical media collector, it is very fascinating to hear about a new Blu-ray disc being
Yeah,
manufactured. You know what I'm saying?
that's wild. I definitely did not have that on my 2024 bingo card that we were going to get a newer Blu-ray disc. I did not see that coming. Because I was I thought that physical media was dying apparently, but now we're creating newer ways to put more and more stuff onto physical media. So maybe
Right,
there's
right.
still a want for it out there, a need for it, if you will. Because I could
Yeah,
definitely see it
obviously.
for the scientific side of things, like you said. Like that makes way more sense. But it would be a dream to have like almost your entire 4K library on one disc, though.
Oh, dude, you could have not only your entire 4K library on one disk on this amount of storage, and I'm talking about completely uncompressed raw 4K footage. The shit that's hundreds of gigabytes. Um, but you could you could probably have the entirety of the TV show Days of Our Lives from start to now up-res to 4K, remastered in 4K, uncompressed with HDR Dolby Vision on this disc and still have room. You could probably do it twice. Like
That's wild.
this this amount of data is insane.
Yeah.
Again, don't take anything we're saying with utmost seriousness though. We're novices when it comes to the techie side of this,
It's just
but
cool. It's just cool that it even happened, you know.
it's very neat. All right. I want to pass it over to Drewski here. Drew, why don't you drop us a line about the new releases for March from Warner Archive?
Okay, here we go. We got a decent amount of really good things coming from Warner Archive. We have They Drive by Night, Three Godfathers, The Boob slash Why Be Good, silent movie double feature. That actually sounds really interesting to me, and I would love to pick that up. The Little Drummer Girl, Money Talks, and then finally, last but not least, we have Stand and Deliver. All of these sound pretty interesting. I've only heard of a couple, but I feel like that's why I really do enjoy Warner Archives, because they bring a lot of movies that not a lot of people have heard or maybe lost in the past, and they bring it to light. So I'm all for all of these, and I probably will be picking up that silent movie double feature for sure.
It's important to know all those do come out on March 26th. Warner Archive was not the only ones to announce some new releases last week or this week. Arrow Video announced their May releases here in the US and Canada. On May 21st, we're getting Narc in 4K and Blu ray. We are finally getting a Crimson Peak 4K. Have you seen Crimson Peak?
I have not. That is on my watch list, actually.
Dude, it's so good. May 28th, we're getting Pandemonium on Blu-ray, and May 7th, we're getting Night Falls on Manhattan. In the UK, they are getting The Long Good Friday on 4K on May 27th. It's important to note it that The Long Good Friday is a UK only title, but if you order from places like Diabolic DVD, Orbit DVD, Grindhouse Video, I'm sure that they could help you out in getting that imported. The UK are getting Pandemonium on the 27th, and the UK are getting Crimson Peak on the 20th, a day before us over here. That is all of the news that has been announced this week. Drew, I'm going to pass it back over to you, my friend. Why don't you give us a little bit of insight into some of the cool physical media releases that are dropping next week, the week of March 5th?
All right, awesome. Looks like from Paramount Pictures, we have The Man Who Shot Liberty Vance, and that will be in 4K. It's awesome to see a lot of these movies getting 4K transfers. Universal Studios, we have the 355 in 4K. We also have the Prince of Egypt, the musical, and Blu-ray. Over our RJLE, we have Walmart exclusive 4K steelbooks. That would include Brawl in Cell Block 99, Mayhem, Prisoners of the Ghostland, Children of Corn, which would be the 2020 version. Then we have VHS triple feature Walmart exclusive Blu-ray steelbook, which is very, very cool. Looking forward to that release for sure. Then last but not least, from Shout Studios, we have Over the Edge, which is a Shout Select Blu-ray, which I love those, so I will be looking at that as well. Over at Lionsgate, it looks like we're getting the Expendables 4 film Blu-ray collection, the Saw 10 film Blu-ray collection, Kickboxer Walmart exclusive Blu-ray. It's nice to see that Walmart is getting a bunch of exclusive Blu-rays right now, especially Steelbooks. Lionsgate, Vestron Video, we have Shivers, which is a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray Steelbook. Little Monsters, a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray Steelbook. I actually did not know that was a thing, and I am very excited for that. And then it looks like we have Kino Lorber as well, which we have The Long Riders in Blu-ray, The Lion in Winter Blu-ray, A Fistful of Dynamite in Blu-ray, and then we have Death Rides a Horse as well on Blu-ray.
Yes, sir. It is a big week for Walmart exclusive steelbooks, partly because of the Vestron titles that are coming, but also partly because the RJLE ones got delayed to this week. So they were supposed to come out like a couple weeks ago, and then so now they're coming out this week. There's something I want to ask you before about these steelbooks because you made a point about how Walmart is just getting bombarding us with all these steelbooks
Yeah.
essentially. Do you think that they can keep that momentum up? Do you, like, because like I don't remember how it was with Best Buy. I've never had much uh, relation with Best Buy and physical media because I didn't even know they sold movies until like 2 years ago. So I
Yeah.
don't remember how like hard they hit the 4K exclusive steelbooks with Lionsgate and stuff originally. But by the end there, it was like maybe one a month, and now it seems like we're getting at Walmart, we're getting 6 or 7 a month. Do you think that they can continue this momentum?
So, I actually have a couple of those steelbooks you're talking about pre-ordered right now. So, but they do have a lot of influx of like movies that they just got that they're re-releasing. But you also got to think like there's the dead period where Best Buy wasn't really getting any new releases, and Walmart was kind of waiting for them to start getting all of the exclusives once Best Buy stepped down from physical media. So I think there's a lot of influx right now, but at the same time, I keep seeing Walmart keep pushing and keep getting more and more labels, and I think that's really cool. I mean, like Kino Lorber. I mean, now it's just not Lionsgate; it's Shout, it's RJLE. Excuse me. I mean, it's really cool to see that they're kind of branching out too. Because before Best Buy, I really feel like you didn't see any of those labels there, at least not too much. So part of me wants to say yes. Part of me wants to say they will keep this up and they have a good thing going. And I think they know that they have a niche community that is really into what they love, and there's nowhere else to really get newer, nicer items. So I think they're going to take advantage of that. Walmart loves money, so I hope they keep it up at least because I love steelbooks. But I mean, my wallet's probably screaming, but the heart's screaming as well. So.
Do you think that they will ever get to a point where they can start bringing them more into stores? I mean, I know that some Walmarts have started sprouting up with steelbook sections. Mine still hasn't, as yours over out there in Indy.
So if I don't know if you recall me always complaining about my Walmart not having anything stocked. They have had been a little better. The last time I went, it did look a little bigger. It looked two-sided. It looked like they added an extra section, but I've only been back like twice since they started taking on more movies, and the second time I went, it was pretty desolate. There wasn't anything stocked. So hopefully the next time I go, maybe I'll try to see like what days they restock everything, and just go that day and see if everything is restocked. If I'm just like late to the party, or if they're just not restocking it.
That happened to me actually on Valentine's Day. I went to go pick up the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes steelbook and the steelbook for the collection, the Hunger Games collection, and I had to have a guy go in the back and search for both of those, and he only could find the Songbirds and Snakes one. He could not find the Hunger Games collection. But I digress. Hopefully,
Right.
they will get a little better at it in the future,
Yeah.
especially once they see that people are flocking to them for these steel books and stuff. So hopefully, the store side will be a little bit better. But hey, everybody, that is the movie and physical media news for this week, as well as your new releases for next week. Thank you so much to my co-host Droobies Doobies Movies. You sure did great. I know that this was kind of a sprung on you type thing with Teo not being here. But hey, if you love Drew like we do, you can catch him on this channel during the Masters of Matinee podcast. There was actually a brand new episode with him this week, me and him talking. So this actually lined up really good. We're talking about some video game movies. So go to the channel, subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you guys next week. Hasta la pizza.
Watch out for androids. Oh, asteroids. I said androids. Running back. It's like almost the same thing. Watch out for androids, bro. They're out there, dog. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you.
I'm keeping it.
The androids are on the asteroid. It's asteroids that have androids on them, and they're coming. I'm telling you.